Hey, how's it going? And today I'm going to show you how to create a basic menu system in Unreal Editor for Fortnite. And this doesn't require any verse code. So I'm just in a blank island template and I'm just going to delete that one spawner there. On this content level folder here, we're just going to right click and go create a widget blueprint. And we're going to go modal dialog variant. And we'll just leave it called new blueprint for now. And we'll double click it. It brings up this interface. What we're going to do is we're going to grab an overlay here and we'll turn the scroll wheel. The right mouse button you can move around like this. We're just going to click and drag and make sure that this is 1920 by 1080. And then what we are going to do is we're going to get some buttons. Before we get the button, I just realized we're going to get a what's called a stack box, and it comes onto the scene and it's just a little dot, you'll see. So we're not going to try to drag into that. We're going to drag it down here on the hierarchy. So we're just going to, whatever style of button you want, it's completely up to you, but I'm just going to get a regular button and just drag it on the stack box like that. You see it comes in right like that. And I don't want to get, you can get as many buttons as you want. I'm just going to get, I don't know, how many should I get? 2? Well, see, I'm going horizontally. I don't want to go horizontally. I want to go vertically. Let's just say 3. What it's going to do is it's going to position itself up here in the upper left corner of your screen. That could be fine, but with the stack box selected, what you can do is there's this thing called padding, and you can just move it down from the top. So let's say, I don't know, 200. It's up to you, wherever you want it to be. I was thinking like maybe right about there, but you don't necessarily want it to interfere with other things on the screen. So maybe right here. And then all these buttons, we can rename them. So I'm just going to name this one play. I'll just call this play song 1. This one I'm going to call it play song 2. And this one I'm just going to call it quit. Like that. Quit. And there we got our buttons for our menu. There's an interesting function up here that's called, we're on fill screen right now, and we can actually set this to what's called desired. And it kind of keeps it the size of what everything is right there. So that's not a bad thing to have, just like that. Now there should be this thing here that says add widget overlay, and you should have that available to you. But what we're going to do is we're going to jump back in here for right now. We're going to go into devices and we're going to search for a pop-up dialog box right here. These are so handy, it's not even funny. Like, this is the greatest thing ever that I've ever come up with. I don't think it matters here what we're going to do, because what we're going to do is we're going to show this on being spawned into the game. So it's going to be the first thing that you see. And you could trigger this off of a trigger or whatever. And let's see, there's one other thing we need to do here. Oh, is get our new widget that we just created here. New widget blueprint. So let's go ahead and save all that. Then I think we're done with this. We don't even have to come back to it. We just need its functionality. What we're going to do now is go back into our new widget blueprint. And this is the part that I think people have issues with. But we've got this first button that says play song 1. So we're going to come here and click that button there. And that's what we want there. We should have the option for what's called the, oops, I messed up. See this arrow? We want to go one way to view model. That's what we want to do. And then we want to click on click event here. Select that. And then select this again. And you'll see we have this conversion function, creative, modal dialog, conversion function, and then we have the choice of the buttons that are on the pop-up device. So we'll just go with button 1. We'll just remember our button, play song 1, is button 1, and select. I don't know why that didn't go through. And here, it's weird what happens when sometimes we lose our things. So we want this button here, click event. Sometimes we lose our fields here. Select. So this should be the chain like that. And then here we're going to go to creative modal and on response. And hopefully when I compile, I won't get an error. And I don't. Okay. So now we just have to repeat this process for the other two buttons. So I guess it's good practice, just get in the habit of it. So we click on this button here, and then we're going to tie this to response button 2. So we're going to go add a widget for that. And the same thing here. We want a click event. Click event here. Select click event here. We selected that. Oh, I didn't do the one way to model. And then that'll give us these conversion functions. Conversion function, response button 2, select that. And then we lose, it's weird, when we do that, we lose what we had. So I just put it back in there. Response button 2 here. Widget blueprint, overlay, stackbot button. It's a click event, select. And here we go there. And it's on response again, select. Compile that. No errors, thank goodness. You get a lot of errors on this, doing this thing. So, and then we'll just do the last button here. I'm just doing this to show you the process and get practice with it. So make sure you're on the selected button, click that. And so that's good. And then we want the click event. There, click there again. Thought that's what we had. Oh, I forget it, so we got to click that arrow. I keep forgetting that. And then that gives us our conversion functions. Creative, modal, and this will be on button 3, select. And so we lose everything again, so we reselect it. And here we want the click event. So you have to keep drilling down in here. Click event, select, and then this will be our creative modal dialog on response. There we go. Compile and save. So this basically lets our buttons on our user widget access into our pop-up dialog box. So these buttons become the same as if we were pressing the buttons on the modal dialog. But that reminds me, there's a setting I forgot on the buttons here, and we need to select this selectable here and there. And I need to go to the next button. A lot of times it's easier just to select things over here in the hierarchy. There and there, and there, and there. And compile and save everything. That's the important setting, so I need to make sure that I've got all those. Looks like do I need to compile each one individually? Just double checking I got everything. Okay, so now we're great. So what should happen is now if I went to play the game, that you would see that menu buttons pop up here on the side. But what we want to do now is give functionality to those buttons. So what we'll do just to test this out is we're going to go get a couple of things here. So let's go ahead and get I don't know. I should get something visual in case you can't hear my system audio. So let's see. Why don't we get the visual effects spawner here? Why don't we get 2 of those? We have fireworks and something else. What do we have here for visual effects? Concert rain. Let's just get disco balls for one, and for the other one, we'll get, I don't know. What do you want to get? Bubbles? Small tornado, how about that? Now, to trigger, let me go back on my VFX spawner here, and we come down to enable. It's enable, right? Yeah, so we want to say enable on reset. Is there an enable? I am not that familiar with this. Let me see. Let me just see what pops up for enable. Is it enabled on start? What's this one? Enabled on what? On phase. Oh, wow. So we'll enable this on, we'll select our pop-up device here. So we're just going to go to our pop-up device here, and we'll go on respond button 1. And then for spawner, we'll enable this on our pop-up device here. And we're going to do this on responding button 2. And then I was going to get an in-game device. In-game device, I'll bring this in here. And we're going to activate this. Activate this on the pop-up device on responding button 3. And then that's it. Okay, so we'll save all that. Let me come back in here and just rename my buttons, because I was going to play music, but now I realize I'm just going to do a visual effect here. So I'll just go effect 1, and then we'll go here effect 2. Okay, all right, and compile and save. And if it all works, those 3 buttons should work and do what we expect them to do. So I'm going to go ahead and launch the session, and I'll come back and we'll see if it works. Okay, let's see if this works. So go start game. And there's our menu, see? So I'm going to play effect. Well, how come the effects are already playing? They're not supposed to be playing already. Oh, I think we have to disable them on player spawn. So sorry about that. Okay. I don't know why. They're weird. Some have enabled on start, but these, I guess you have to disable them to begin with. So, okay. So let me just save those changes, and hopefully that resolved it. So let me go ahead and start the game. Yeah, okay. So now we have our menu, and if I go effect 1, there's my tornado. Right. Now my menu goes away, so I actually could have a way to re-trigger it. So I would need to have something that triggers the menu to come on. So as soon as I make my choice, the menu goes away. So here's effect 2, which is those balls. Yeah, so it's working as expected. I would just need to have a way to make the menu reappear after I've made my selection. I could have a button in the scene or something like that. So anyway, that's all I had for today. I hope you found this helpful. Take care, have a great day, and I'll talk to you next time.